In August 1947, a man was sitting alone in a closed room in Delhi, drawing lines on a map. In front of him were some papers, population tables, and a single pencil. With that one pencil, he was about to draw a line, and he had no idea that this line would force nearly 20 million people to leave their homes. He did not know that millions would die because of it. He did not even know where the places were that he was dividing. Just a few days earlier, this man had never seen India in his entire life. He had never written a single word about India. He did not know where Punjab was. He did not know where Bengal was. Yet the British government was looking for exactly such a man, someone neutral, someone without bias, someone who was neither with the Congress nor with the Muslim League. And they found him. His name was Sir Cyril Radcliffe, a famous English lawyer, considered one of the most respected legal minds in Britain at the time. The real reason behind all this goes back a few weeks earlier. On the 3rd of June 1947, at exactly 4 p.m., a voice echoed across all India radio. It was the voice of India's last viceroy, Lord Mountbatten. He clearly announced that the British were leaving India, and that India would gain independence on the 15th of August 1947. But there was one condition. The country would be divided into two parts. By this time, the British had realized that they were sitting on top of a volcano that had already caught fire. Their belief was simply live as fast as possible. In this urgency, they took one of the most dangerous decisions in history, the Partition of India. But the issue was not just India and Pakistan. There were 565 princely states as well. Many rulers of these states began thinking of creating their own independent countries. If that had happened, the map of India would have had more than 500 holes in it. So the question arose, where exactly would the border between India and Pakistan be drawn? Jawaharlal Nehru and Muhammad Ali Jinnah did not trust each other enough to agree on any borderline. That is why the British chose someone from London who had nothing to do with India. Sir Cyril Radcliffe arrived in India on the 8th of July 1947. He believed he would have sufficient time to do his job, but Mountbatten told him he had only 6 weeks until the 15th of August. Radcliffe would not even get time to visit the areas he was dividing. For local advisors were assigned to help him, 2 from the Congress and 2 from the Muslim League. But they constantly argued with each other. The basic principle was clear. Districts with Muslim majority would go to Pakistan, and districts with Hindu and Sikh majority would go to India. But the maps Radcliffe had were inaccurate, and population data was unreliable. 2 cities became the biggest problem: Lahore and Calcutta. Calcutta went to India. Lahore was more complicated. There were Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims in almost equal numbers. And most industries were owned by Hindus and Sikhs. Radcliffe initially considered giving Lahore to India, but then realized that Pakistan would be left without any major urban center. So Lahore went to Pakistan. But partition was not just about land. Everything had to be divided: files, furniture, ceiling fans, even paper pins. There was even a bizarre case involving 60 ducks imported by the Bengal government from England. When they arrived, the question was, were they East Bengals or West Bengals? Or should they be divided equally? Even payments were stopped. Sir Cyril Radcliffe refused to take his fee of £2,000, saying he was only doing his duty to the British Empire. He had no idea how many lives would be destroyed by his decision. On the 13th of August 1947, the Boundary Commission report was handed to Mountbatten. He locked it in a safe and decided to keep it secret until Independence Day. His logic was simple. People should celebrate freedom first. The consequences could be dealt with later. On the 15th of August 1947, India and Pakistan celebrated independence. But millions of people did not know which country they belonged to. District officers did not know whether they should report to Delhi or Karachi. Finally, Mountbatten handed sealed envelopes to Nehru and Pakistan's Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan. They studied the borders separately. When they returned, both were furious. The biggest controversy was over Gurdaspur. Though it had a Muslim majority, it was given to India, because without it, India would have had no land access to Kashmir. Unintentionally, Ratcliffe's line gave India the path to claim Kashmir. On the 17th of August, the borders were made public. Punjab witnessed the largest human migration in history. Millions of Hindus and Sikhs moved towards India, and millions of Muslims moved towards Pakistan. People walked in lines stretching for miles, old people in bullock carts, Children on their parents' shoulders, carrying everything they owned. Violence exploded. Trains arrived filled with corpses. They were called ghost trains. On its wall was written, "This train is our independence gift to Nehru and Patel." Meanwhile, another crisis was rising in Calcutta. Mountbatten believed that if violence started there, no army could control it. So he went to Mahatma Gandhi with an unusual request. He asked Gandhi to become a one-man boundary force. Gandhi went to Calcutta and stayed in a broken, abandoned house, alongside Hussain Shahid Suhrawardy, the man many Hindus blamed for earlier riots. Gandhi laid down strict conditions. If even one Hindu was harmed, he would fast unto death. Miraculously, violence stopped. Later, when it began again, Gandhi started a hunger strike. Within days, people from all communities came together. Rioters confessed their crimes. Weapons were surrendered at Gandhi's feet. This event became known as the Miracle of Calcutta. Now came another massive challenge, the 565 princely states. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel knew that if these states remained independent, India would not survive. With the help of VP Menon and Mountbatten, most rulers were convinced through diplomacy, pressure, and negotiations. Titles, palaces, and privileges were temporarily retained. Some rulers signed in tears. Some collapsed from shock. One dramatic case was Jodhpur, where the Maharaja nearly joined Pakistan before being convinced at the last moment. The strangest case was Junagadh, a Muslim ruler over a Hindu-majority population who loved dogs more than governance. Eventually, Junagadh became part of India. And this is how, through hurried decisions, tragic mistakes, unimaginable suffering, and extraordinary acts of courage, modern India and Pakistan were born.